Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's talk about the new Fantastic Four movie. Fantastic Four First Steps stars Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, and Eben Moss Backrack. I caught this movie in IMAX and it was definitely worth the ticket price. The movie was gorgeous and the retro-futuristic aesthetic was great. This was another one of those films that didn't really take advantage of the IMAX format, but I think that this one looks so good that you can kind of look past that. I really like the performances in this movie, especially with Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby. Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby had no business being this good in this film, but the way that they portrayed their relationship was so believable and you really felt attached to their characters. I'm not the biggest fan of superhero movies and I feel like most of them at this point have become pretty predictable. That being said, this one did a really good job at tugging at your heartstrings and making you root for the heroes. All in all, I think this movie was pretty fantastic. Oh, what? You don't like that? Oh, okay. I'm going to move into the spoiler section here, so for those of you that have not seen the movie yet, be sure to skip to the end of the video. This movie was a really fun time, and I think that Marvel has their formula down pretty good. I mean, there's really nothing here that was brand new or groundbreaking, but at the same time, they just know how to make a fun and enjoyable movie. I enjoyed that they got straight into the plot and didn't spend too much time building up any kind of background for these characters. I feel like the primary audience for this movie will kind of be familiar with these characters already and how they came about. That being said, there was a scene that was filmed similar to this one here where there was a talk show host that kind of ran through their backgrounds very quickly for those people like me that were kind of brand new to these characters altogether. It kind of reminded me of Superman, where they kind of just started a few years into him being Superman. As I said earlier, the retro-futuristic aesthetic of this film was amazing and super enjoyable. I really enjoyed the sci-fi elements implemented into the story. I feel like, as with most modern superhero movies, there's kind of this plot armor that most of the characters have. And so for me, that kind of removes a lot of the drama that they try to present to the audience. That being said, I did really enjoy the major conflict of this film. The villain was excellent, and I like the way that the heroes kind of tackled the problem at hand. Some parts of the actual climax or the final battle were a little bit silly to me. Like, how is Galactus dumb enough to kind of fall for this really simple trap that they've set for him? Although I know that he ended up not falling for it in the end. But speaking of Galactus, Ralph Ineson was an incredible villain. I don't even think they needed to edit his voice at all. It was sick. I love Julia Garner, and it was really interesting to see her get casted as the Silver Surfer in this movie. She did an amazing job at kind of having this really otherworldly presence. That being said, I do wish that she didn't kind of disappear halfway through the film. I also wanted to shout out the Interstellar inspiration here. I mean, the wormhole sequences, the black hole sequences just reminded me of how great Interstellar was as a sci-fi movie. Now, I know the natural thing here is to kind of compare superhero movies. I did see Superman recently, and I gotta say, this one felt a lot more fleshed out. I know that may not be completely fair. I know DC just kind of went through a whole reboot and is kind of starting from scratch here. And comparing it to the MCU is really like comparing apples to oranges at this point. But it really goes to show the maturity of Marvel and how they've kind of learned from their past mistakes up to this point. All around, this movie was really fun, as I kind of expected. I enjoyed seeing this movie in IMAX. The performances from Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby really did surprise me, and I found myself enjoying their relationship a lot more than I expected. I gave this movie a 4.5 on Letterboxd. Now, I'm not going to be clamoring or fighting people to go see the next Marvel movie as soon as it comes out, but I am excited to see where this Phase 6 kind of takes them. Superhero fans, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts? Did you like this one? How do you compare it to some of Marvel's previous works? Are you guys excited for Phase 6 and what comes next? Non-superhero fans, as a movie, was this good? Did you guys enjoy it? As always, I appreciate you guys watching until the end, and make sure that you argue with me in the comments.